Welcome back to Point Blank. I am Nikki.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are two best friends in our 30s on opposite sides of life, just trying to figure it all out and find our people. And today's episode is a little bit maybe more serious. I don't know. We're not super serious people, I would say, but we were going to kind of just talk about like our fears, our biggest fears, kind of what keeps us up at night, things we're worried about, and just air it out and just have like a friend discussion about it. And I'm sure some of these probably resonate with you too. And if not, I don't know what to say because I feel like we fear everything.
Yeah.
I think we fear a lot of stuff. And I hate that I do, but I do.
Well, I feel like anxiety does not help that situation either. You know what I mean? I feel like those two go hand in hand. Like,
Yeah.
And you know what's so funny too? Like, you and I have always said, like, when we used to hang out like in high school and stuff, we'd be doing some crazy shit. And like, now I could never imagine myself doing that. I would be too scared. Like, literally, my mind would be running wild. Every worst possible situation would go through my mind. Like, that's unfortunately just how it works now.
I remember like those memes and stuff we would send each other back and forth about like,
Totally.
I used to be in the back seat of someone's car at 16 and now I can't even go in the grocery store.
But like, why is that so true? That's like so sad.
It's because we like are fully developed, and by being fully developed, we can see the world for what it is and how crappy and crazy.
Have obviously taken a turn for the worse since when we were in high school.
Yeah, I mean, every freaking day you see some
Dude,
crazy
that was so
shit.
long ago.
Dude, 15 years ago for me.
Mine was 14. That is freaking crazy. Wait a minute, do they do a 15-year or it just goes 10 to 20, right?
Girl, I don't know. I didn't go to 10. I'm not going to 20 and I won't be at 50 either. Like, yeah, well, I think about even college. Like, that was 11 years. I'm past the 10 mark in college.
It's so like weird to sit back and just think like we're in 2026 and like just how fast everything has gone. You're just like, because you know when you're in the thick of it, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get done with this. Like, I never want to do this again. But it's like you and I talk about like going back to high school would be kind of fun right now.
Like if I could keep my knowledge.
Yeah.
Like if I could keep my life experiences and my views and like how I feel about everything and I'm like who I am right now and I go back to college. I mean, high school, sign me up. If I'm not same kid, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably do it, but I'd probably like still be like bitching about it and still would probably make the same decisions. I think about like, you know, like biggest fears or whatever, fearing about things, but I also feel like regret is like a thing too. Like when you look back on something like, damn, I really should have did that, or I wonder if I had just, you know,
or like the what-ifs is what kills me.
Yeah, I think I don't have as many regrets as I do probably fears, but I also don't believe people who are like, I have no regrets, everything for a reason. Shut up.
And everyone regrets something that you may have said or did or whatever.
Yeah, like you got food poisoning, you were out for a week, shitting and puking everywhere. You regret eating that food.
Yeah.
So don't sit here and tell me you don't regret a thing in your life. Like I know you're lying. Like, so stupid.
Well, it's like everyone can regret, you know, maybe something they've said, like you said, out of anger or like, you know what I mean? You like maybe didn't think before you speak. You know what I mean? Like just that, you know, normal saying.
Yeah. You know, and then the regrets can get bigger too as the decisions get bigger, obviously. Like for me, it's like I don't regret going to school on the East Coast. I don't regret going to Maine, but I do regret like limiting myself to just writing to East Coast schools.
Like, is that all you did was just the East Coast?
Yeah, because I just was so set on wanting to get as far away as possible and just have like a brand new environment and like a new thing to experience. And I was like, I've seen so much of the West Coast. Like, I just don't like it would be cool to have that experience. And it was, and I don't regret it. But it's like, who knows if I would have wrote to just any school I was interested in where I could have gone.
Is there anything like if you can think back now, like where you would maybe wanting to have gone instead to maybe like kind of.
Yeah, I think for me, like at the time, I know that I didn't want to like try to get like in any like super big D1 school. I always liked the idea of being a little bit smaller and kind of like, you know, not like a freaking Arizona or something. And granted, I probably wouldn't have been able to make that. I don't really know because I never tried, but I was more like, you know, if I reflected, like trying to be more like a Wisconsin or like a Notre Dame or like still big and they still do well, but not like, you know, some like huge school and not like some like who the hell are you kind of school.
Right.
But something like that. Like I feel like I probably could have competed at that kind of a level. And I just didn't want to. Like I didn't even want to try. I just went to the other side of the country and I wrote to like small D1 schools like no one really knew about. I like the idea of Maine because it was like the state's D1 big university. So it kind of had that feeling, but it was like obviously just Maine. So it's like not really that big of a deal. And I like that about it. But I think if I had to think about it over like try, I would do something like that. Like, okay, dog.
No excuse. Bless you, big girls.
Like, wouldn't it? The dog is sneezing. Oh, we just had a whole episode about dogs, so we're like so into it right
We're
now.
dog lovers.
We're just.
You know what's so
loving
crazy though?
them.
Like, just to touch on that real quick, I always told myself like if anything happened to her, like I don't think I'd get another dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My biggest one though I really want is a golden retriever. That has been my absolute dream. But like they're so expensive to groom.
Ugh.
Like, you know what I mean? Best dogs though, but there's
I know. I think about that often, and like I am dying to have a black lab.
oh, they're so
Like
cute.
I want a black lab so bad, but I'm
so
also like,
cute.
do I want to redo all of this again?
That's what I'm saying. It's like to have to read. That'd be like me having another baby right now. Abso-freaking-lutely not.
Talk
There's
about a
just
fear.
No way. That's actually, I cannot say that's one of my fears only because my husband is fixed, so I don't have to worry about it.
He has been neutered.
Yes, he has been. Speaking of dogs, he has been neutered and we're Gucci, and we don't have to worry about that. But that was my biggest fear at first in the beginning. I'm like, yo, we got to get on that. Like after my son, after our fourth kid, I'm like, no, absolutely no more. Like there's no way I could handle. And I'm like, I just went through everything. I'm not gonna go on birth control or be anywhere. Like, and my hormones are already messed up as it is, like beyond. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not doing that. So like, you can go get snipped. It takes 2 seconds. I've literally already pushed 4 kids out of my hoo-ha.
Yeah, or enjoy being celibate for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? Speaking of that, I literally tell my brother that all the time because he's like so scared to get snipped. I'm like, dude, just do it. It would like literally limit any fears you have.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's not like
worries.
100%, right? But it's like 99.
At first, I mean, you know, they make you like wait a certain amount of time, and you have to like go in and give a sample, and they test it. We never did that, but I guess we just got lucky. He's been snipped for 5 years now, almost 6.
Yeah, he's
so, like,
Gucci.
we're Gucci.
Yeah,
but it's just so nice. You don't have to like worry about that. You know, it was like a 2-minute procedure. I'm not on any medication. Things are great. And it's like the women always have to do everything. I'm like, no, you can do this one.
No, that's a whole nother episode.
I know. So funny.
Like, hello. No, my favorite line, and we're getting off kilter here, but it's like my favorite line that they always use, like, well, you just go on birth control. Oh yeah, let me just F up my entire reproductive system for you for 30 seconds like, for you.
How bad it is for you.
No, it's horrendous. Yeah. It messes everything up. Like mentally, physically, like it messes people up. Well, hello? Is it landing in my room? Should I be concerned? All these planes falling out of the sky lately.
Dude, that's one of my biggest fears, actually.
I'm gonna have a stroke. Me too.
So scared. I just can't do it. You just hear too many things. I would honestly rather drive places, and I know they say the odds of you getting in a car accident are higher than you being in a plane crash.
I don't believe it.
I don't know. But honestly, like that's my biggest thing too. It's like I feel like you just hear so many people that just like don't care about anyone else but themselves. They're so selfish. They're just out there like DUI, no big deal. They're on like their 5th DUI. I'm like, well, maybe if like our system would take it a little more seriously, maybe we wouldn't be giving people that opportunity to even get to the second one. Like we got lucky with the first one and nothing happened. Like like hello.
Yeah. I think God, I have so many fears, but yeah, airplanes falling out of the sky is a very big one of mine.
I feel like a big one of mine is death. Honestly, I'm very scared of death.
I feel like a lot of people is death.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the biggest thing, and it's funny because actually it's not funny, but like when someone in my family or somebody close to me passes away, those feelings trigger my anxiety so hard
because it's right there in front of you, and it's like it's like it's the one thing we can all just guarantee.
Well, and the thing is too, it's like what happens after. Like I think that's my biggest thing too, is like what happens after, like my kids are by themselves, my husband, you know what I mean? There's like things like that you just think about. And
by God's grace, it will be years and years and years and years and decades from now, and your kids will be grown, have their own families, be adults, and they're gonna be okay. I mean, obviously they're gonna be sad, no doubt, but like that's it's a little different than like if they were like 10.
Wasn't it weird too? It's like you see some of these families, right? They just go through all of life up until like 80s, 90s. They pass away. They have like the healthiest life. Nothing
Yeah.
crazy happened. But then it's like you see all these other people that have like the worst possible things have happened to them. And it's just like, you're just like, what is going on?
Like life is crazy.
Yeah, like little kids are getting cancer and dying. You're just like, how is that fair? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like
Life is so bizarre.
Sad. It's so crazy.
And I think like the fun like thing is like, oh, you only live once, like your life, like you want to be happy, enjoy it. But like as you get older, you really start to be like, holy shit, like I could get some shit in the next week that flips my life upside down.
Well, and they're like poisoning our food. They're poisoning the air that we're breathing. You know what I mean? So it's like we're all bound to get something eventually.
I'm just like,
and if you think about it, like,
girl to do?
Like everyone can at least say that they know someone who's had or currently has cancer.
That's a very big one. Well, yeah. Don't even. Okay, please. I'm about to be put on a rant here. I'm gonna say it right now. You're telling me, okay, all these breast cancer funds and races and donations and money to find the cure for cancer. We can't find shit, but yet we have something like coronavirus come up, and within weeks we have some sort of vaccine for it, which I don't even think it works, and that's like a whole nother story. However, at least there's some advancements there, right? It's like, this is the most money grabbing, money hungry, sucking thing I think is going on, and people just be like turning a blind eye, and they're like, oh, I don't know, we still haven't found it yet. We have put people around the moon. We're talking about going to Mars, and you're telling me we can't figure something out for this god-awful disease? Like, be so for real. I believe none of it. And here's the other thing. I firmly believe when you go to the doctor, they be looking for some shit just to give you some medicine. I could be feeling totally fine. I could go in there and they're like, you have this, and this, and I'm going to need to, I feel great though. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just like really, the one thing that just grinds me and gets me wound up is this whole cancer thing. Like billions and billions and billions of dollars, and you bitches can't figure anything out.
Or the people that do figure it out, all of a sudden they disappear.
Like,
off the face of the earth.
What is going on?
It's because they don't want us to find the cure.
No, because they make so much money off of it.
Sickening amount, literally.
Like, hello, we found like cures or ways to remedy other serious diseases and things. And this is like the one. This is the one we just can't figure this one out. This is just beyond us. I'm like, I don't buy it for one damn second.
And like all just the crazy other things like Alzheimer's and ALS and MS and all these crazy things, you're just like, how have we not found anything for these yet? And it's like they're coming way in advance, a lot of these, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know you're gonna get it, you know you have it, you know what I mean? And then it's like you just sit there and wait for it to hit you, and then it just slowly takes away your life, and you're trying to tell me we can't find anything to stop that? Like, you literally have so much time in advance to know that it's coming.
And here's the other thing, like 100 years ago, were like these all just like crazy, like running, like was everyone getting cancer and we just like they just didn't know and stuff? Like, why all of a sudden is like all of these, and like the younger you are, it's happening younger and younger. It's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, like
I
all
just
the
like
food,
truly
like,
don't
if
get
you look
it.
at the food labels, they say like this is made with a bioengineered food,
like carcinogenic, whatever.
You're just like, okay, yeah, this sounds really great. And it's like, it's so hard to find healthier options, like for kids, like when I'm trying to make their lunch that they're actually going to like, that don't taste like garbage.
Yeah,
it's like so hard to find things, and especially like pricing of stuff. Like you grab like, you know, this regular thing, it's like $2. You try to find something that's like the healthier option, it's like $8. You're like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Got it.
It's like insane. I roll up, like, you go up to like Jack in the Box, like, you know, items in this restaurant are known to cause cancer in California. I'm like, put it in the bag. I'm like, yeah. Like, but it like is true. It's like, what the hell? That's like, I could go down a whole damn rabbit hole about that. Like, is getting cancer some big devastating illness a fear of mine? I honestly don't know if it is, because I just live in denial, which is unhealthy in a whole different way. But I'm literally like, I'm not gonna go get anything checked out or whatever. Like, my body will tell me. My body will let me know if something's wrong.
If you think about it, yeah, if you think about it, your body will. I mean, the only thing like they say is like the early detection will help. And like, I can't even tell you the last time. I've never gotten my skin checked. I've never gotten a mammogram, and I'm like 32 years old. I've never gotten, like, the last time I had, I don't even know, like the last time I got checked down there too was like when Ryder was born. That was the last time.
Sure.
So like 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago.
Yeah, I had to do
Have
one of
clear,
those
haven't
like in
gotten.
the last, I think I did it about a year, exactly almost like a year ago. But
Mhm.
before that, I hadn't had one in probably a decade. I'm
Yeah,
like,
mine are always
oh,
abnormal too. Always. They're always messed up just because the insides of me are always messed up. Always. There's like always been a problem. They've always been like that. Like I have cysts all over my ovaries, both of
Jesus.
them, like literally covered in them. And I
God.
still like, and that's what like is such a mind trip, right? Like, so I have PCOS and they say like that's supposed to really limit you to get pregnant. I literally got pregnant with Faith, and then like it was like every 2 years after that I was pregnant,
No, I was
pregnant,
gonna say
pregnant,
you
giving birth.
were
So clearly I
totally
was
fine in
one of
that
those,
department.
but like, I have all the other symptoms though for it, and then like I was having like the gallstones, so I had to get my gallbladder removed, and it's like, and then like I totally regret doing that. Like if you have
Yeah.
the chance to not do that, don't do that, please.
Yeah,
Go
keep it
check
in
it
there.
out. There's so many different things that you can do to like, and that's one thing that's led to huge anxiety of mine. And like anything I eat that has any kind of fat, like there it goes.
God.
And literally everything has fat in it, whether it's good or bad fat. It just, because you need that gallbladder to like process the fatty foods. And if you don't have that, it's like, and I was talking to
It
some other
just
people, they're like,
comes
okay,
on
we
you.
have to take a pill for it now.
Dude, I'm so sick of these damn pills, bro. Like,
No, and I don't take any pills. I don't take anything. My kids, when they get
no.
sick, they don't take anything. They toughen it out. And honestly, that's a huge believer of why I think they don't get sick a lot, is
Yeah.
because their system is just fighting it off. And that's exactly what we were born to do.
Yeah. Well, like when I was growing up, my grandma would always have this phrase, germs are your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always like, eh. But like,
Yeah,
I really believe that because if you're exposed
it's
to things and
true.
you can get through things and your body can defend yourself and stuff, like, that's legit. Like, that
Yeah.
is 100% legit. Granted, there's some things that you're gonna need some help for, I'm sure, but 80% of things, and I don't know if it's not a real stat or whatever, but my personal opinion, 80% I feel like you can thug it out. You can thug
Yeah,
it
I
out.
mean,
And like
unless
here's the
it's
other thing, it's like,
something like life altering that's gonna hit,
yeah.
then like, yeah.
Yeah, and like when I was going through the thick of it with my anxiety, like when I first moved home from school and stuff, and I remember going to the doctor and I was like, something's wrong, you know how it goes. And he like gave me the stress test and he did all these things and EKGs and all this shit. And then he's like, I'm just gonna prescribe you like anti-anxiety. And I was like, I really don't want to take medication. He's like, well, like nothing's wrong with you, like that's what it is. And here's the thing, if you're listening to this and you hear nothing else, advocate for yourself when it comes to your health. You know when something is not right. Your body will tell you and you can feel it. Like you know when something is not right. So I was going to this doctor. He's like, nothing is wrong with you. I'm the doctor. Are you going to tell me what to do? Like blah, blah, blah. Being a total D-bag to me. Wanted to give me all these mental pills, antidepressants, anti-anxiety, all that crap. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that stuff. So like we've got to figure something else out. And he's like, well, then you're just going to have to deal with it and go to therapy. I'm like, fine, bet, I'll do that. So I raw dogged the hell out of it. I was going to therapy, whatever. I was still having horrible panic attacks. My weight was at the time dropping like freaking melted butter. I was anxious all the time. I couldn't sleep well. I was hot. I was like, so much stuff was going on. I'm like researching the heck out of new doctors around me because I was like, over my dead body will I go back to that man? So I'm researching. I found a doctor. This girl was a freaking angel. I walk in. You know how most times doctors are just trying to get you in, get you out, hit the numbers, hit the quote, okay? I go in there. This girl sits me down and is like, okay, tell me everything. I'm in that office for like half an hour before she even touches me, like looks at anything, just going over my history, everything. So she's like, okay. And then she gives me a physical and she's like, we're going to do like complete blood work. I just want to kind of get a fresh start since you're new. Like I want to see everything going on. I'm like, okay, great. So she tested everything and she tested my antibodies, so my TPOs for thyroid, and my freaking numbers were out of control. Like I think they're supposed to be below 9 and I was like 1,000. Like it was absolutely insane. But my other doctor, the guy, was like, you don't have a thyroid problem, your TSH is fine. And I'm like, this feels like I'm not fine. And it doesn't just feel like an anxiety thing. And this girl tested that and she goes, holy, she's like, you have Hashimoto's, like you have an autoimmune disease, like it's raging. It's raging in your body. And I think that's probably like some of the reason why you're feeling the way that you are. And I will say for her though, like she was like, there's really not much we can do until the TSH is affected enough to put you on thyroid medication, which I do think is not the right information. I think there are things I could probably have done to help bring that number down before my thyroid tanked, but my thyroid tanked, the TSH went up, my body shifted, I gained a bunch of weight, my hair fell out, I got super, all this other stuff. So then I got on thyroid medication, but now that my thyroid is stable, I'm like, there's so much shit I could have done to just lower these antibodies. Like I'm reading things, I mean, granted, some of these girls, like I went dairy free and gluten free and sugar free and caffeine free. I'm like, look, there's nothing left after that and my life is worth living. So I'm not cutting all that out. However,
No.
I will maybe try to be a little bit more like organic or whole foods when I can or whatever, like try to be a little bit better about it.
Right.
But I'm like, damn, like homeboy just wanted to put me on mental pills, right? And then like this girl like was way, way, way better, but still was like, well, there's nothing we can do until that tanks. Okay, well, that's great. And then it's like that finally tanks, and now I'm on a pill for like my whole existence. And I'm like, I'm not doing this again. Like I firmly believe for, and again, this is not an actual number, just my personal opinion, but I'd say like 60-70% of things could be fixed with like good food and a walk and some sunlight.
Vitamin D.
Like, I don't know. It's like, that's what I feel. Because
It's
I
so
think one of
true,
my
though.
biggest fears is like being old and like decrepit, like in a wheelchair with a walker, fragile as hell, like can't do this, can't do that. Like I look at my grandma, she's like in a Japanese drumming class doing performances, she's doing Zumba, she does weightlifting, she's like 89 years old.
That's so crazy.
And then I look at these other like 80-year-olds and they're like literally like skin on bones in a wheelchair, like looking horrible, can't even live. I'm like, that's my biggest fear at the end of the day. Like,
Or like
I do
you
not
said,
want
being
that.
like old and being on like 50 medications. How I feel like that's just how it is nowadays. It's like
Don't sign me
you're all
up.
prescribed for one thing, and then it's like one leads to the next, and then the next, and the next, and it's like boom. What do you know? You're on like 50 pills.
Yeah, because you go in because you have a headache one day and they're like, well, what you really have is here, take this pill. And you're like, okay, you're a doctor, I'll believe you. You take the pill, and the side effect of the pill is nausea. Oh, I'm so sick, I'm throwing up all the time. Oh, wow, well, I'm going to give you this anti-nausea medication. A side effect of the anti-nausea is no sleep. Oh, well, I'm not sleeping anymore. Okay, well, why don't you take this sleep aid? It's like, you're just keep taking pills to relieve symptoms of the other pills. It's like, what is going on here? I mean, it's, look, I'm
That's how
not
they
one
make
to be
their
like,
money.
I'm not one to like shit on science or whatever. I love science, and I think it's like, there's some validity to a lot of it. But most of this stuff that I'm like thinking about, I'm like, this is just money hungry corporate bullshit.
That's why.
I'm
That's
like,
honestly why I hate going to the doctor. That's why I don't bring my kids to the doctor unless like you feel like something's absolutely wrong. Like it's funny.
yeah,
Like for my one kid, Destiny, it said I hadn't brought her to the doctor to get like a physical in like 4 years.
the school's calling
Like,
you like, we need records updated.
well, luckily they don't need any more vaccines or anything for a long time. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, well, like the saying is, what is the saying? It's like, if it's not broke, like don't fix it or
fix it,
something
yeah.
like that. It's like, dude, it's the same thing. Like my kids are thriving. They're freaking killing it at sports. They kill it at everything they do. And it's like, why would I go disrupt that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like go in there for a physical, and especially they literally don't do anything. Like when Faith just got her physical, my 12-year-old, she's like, do you feel comfortable in your house? And I'm like literally sitting right next to her. I'm like what? Like
She's like, actually, my mom's kind of a bitch sometimes, but I guess
like she makes me do my chores. Like, can you believe it? Like it's just like things like that. I don't know.
crazy. I just like firmly believe that like we need to look at health in a completely different lens. Like, look, I'm not the healthiest bitch. I got issues. I don't eat like prime time, whatever, all the
No.
time. Like, whatever. Okay, I can admit that about myself. But I also know the power of food and movement. Like, if I, like, my mental health, if I'm not working out at least 4 or 5 times a week, my mental health starts to take a very big hit. If I can get my workout in, my Orange Theory, my boxing, if I can do something like that, my mental is on point, which makes me make better decisions in my day, makes me feel better about my day. Like that alone is way better than some antidepressant pill that I could take. I mean, granted, if you can't get out of bed, like we're talking severe, then maybe you need some help, and there's no shame in that. But it's like I was in a place where I couldn't leave my house and I still did it without medication. So it's like, you know,
It's like mind over matter. It's all in your mind. It's crazy.
the mind is so insane. I think
Like,
that's
that's
also one of
my
my biggest
kid.
fears
I
is
was
losing
gonna
control
say
of my
that.
mind again.
Yeah, I was literally just going to say that my biggest fear is to go back into that hellhole again, like where I was years ago. That's literally like, and obviously, granted, I am not still in the best space when it comes to anxiety and all that. Like, it still hits me craziness.
Mm-hmm.
But like, my biggest fear is to go back all the way and start from square one again. It's like if I start feeling that like heart attack feeling, can't do it.
That was me,
Cannot do
like,
it.
before I moved out here. I remember I was sitting in my car literally crying. I'm like bawling, and I'm
Were
like,
you?
yeah, I'm like, I am so scared because the last time I moved out, my life went to hell. Like, my life went to
that.
hell. Like, the worst experience I've ever had to go through. And I was like freaking, I'm like, and then I had to like reel myself in, and I was like, okay, I'm not the same girl. I'm in a better headspace. I'm not in the same situation. Like, I can do this. And if it does start to pop up a little bit, like at the end of the day, it's going to go away. I don't have to like lead into it. And so, but yeah, I can remember like literally for days before I actually moved out here, I would have those thoughts and I'd be crying and freaking out. I was like so scared. I was like, because you know how it is, like anywhere, right? Like, oh, I had an attack on that freeway, or oh, I can't go to that bathroom because I felt weird, or I can't, like, it's the same idea. It's like the last time I did this, my life went to shit and below, you know? It's like a hard thing to like fight. And it's like, you know, I'm out here, I'm solo, I got the dog, I got a big apartment now to pay for, I'm gonna have a new job. Like, I can't afford for that to happen. It's like that adds like a whole nother pressure to it. So it's like, yeah, I think, you know, just the fear of going back to a place like that is always just right there kind of hanging out.
Honestly makes sense.
Yeah.
Like those fears start to come out too. I feel like just in general, right, with any little thing, like my biggest fear is just like sickness or like death or something like that. You know what I mean? Like if anything were to happen to my kids, like I just don't know if I could mentally get through another day. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of where, and it's unfortunate that we think like that, but it's also like it's reality, right? It's like if you're scrolling through Instagram and you see these stories, or if you're watching the news and you see, you know what I mean? It's like it's so hard because the world is just such a crazy freaking place that it's like,
yeah. I mean, you can't even go anywhere. Like every time I go out anywhere, I'm like, where are the exits? If a shooter came in here, where would I go? Like, how can I get out of here? How would I attack this? Like, I'm thinking about that all the time, which is not a healthy place. We're not meant to be wired like that.
right.
And then it's just like, to your point about like the death thing, like I don't really fear death. I just kind of fear when it happens, or like how it happens. I don't really like if I'm 90 years old, honestly God, I'm probably like, can we go now? Like I'm probably gonna be over it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like tired, old, I'm like Gucci, like we've got to kick it. But like if I'm young or whatever and it's like unexpected, like that part is scary. Cause like you see it like so and so got, you know, hit in the car, or this, like it's just like it's within seconds. It's just like it's crazy. And I think that's what causes anxiety to arise too, because obviously you're afraid of that, but then it's like you get scared doing everything because then you're on high alert. Like you're driving, you're like, you know, really locked in and like paying attention, and then everything, you're just so high strung all the time, which is killing us as well through the stress. So it's like, pick your damn poison. I mean, stress, that's what they say, the stress is the silent killer, but I don't even think it's silent. No, I think stress is loud and like clear. Like that thing causes issues in your body. I'm like, healthcare needs to be like deep tissue, like massages and like meditation and like a minute to breathe instead of would just pop a pill. It's like you could actually just like walk 10 minutes down, sit on some grass, take a few deep breaths, think about things that make you happy. And I feel like that would do the same thing as like some pill.
I know. That you're gonna have to continually take and pay for and all this stuff too.
Yeah, and then you're gonna want to wean off of it because I'm pretty sure those pills you don't want to be on very long term. So it's like, and that's the other thing too. It's like a Band-Aid fix. You take the pill, it helps you in the interim, but you still have to do the work. So when you come off of the pill, you're not like starting from ground zero, or like these people who want to lose a bunch of weight, but they can't figure out, they can't do it. So then they have stomach surgery and they lose 100 pounds, but they don't know what a portion is or like how they should be eating or moving their body. And then it's just like it all comes back, or they have serious complications because they don't know how to do it. It's like, educate people on how to do things. Like, why are we just Band-Aid fixing stuff all the time?
I just easy way for them to make money.
I know, God. Give me the money.
That's not like too when we went, like when I took Faith because she had to get her one vaccine to go to junior high, and it was like they were trying to push like these other ones on me. I'm like, no. Like literally just give what. In the fact that I even have to get this one pisses me off, but I'm just like, she's already had 4 or 5 when she was little, and the fact that she has to get another one is so disgusting to me. But I'm just like, get this shit done. She's not getting anything else. That is it. Donezo. Like, don't press me on this situation anymore.
Every time I go to pick up my thyroid medication, they're like, would you like to get a flu shot? No, thank you. Well, what about a COVID shot? Absolutely not. I'm like, what else are you going to ask me on the freaking menu of vaccinations here? I'm like, no, the answer will and always be no. Anything else I can help you with? Can you just put it in my record? Like, if I'm here, I'm just picking up my thyroid medication and we'll move it along, okay? You don't need to ask me this other shit. I'm not doing it. Thank you very much. Well, that's the other thing is like this COVID and oh my god, there's like a whole nother like don't even get me started on
let's
that.
save that for that.
My god, all these issues now coming out about it. I'm like, it's almost like you should have known, but hey,
Yeah.
it's it's a weird place, and it's a weird place because all this shit is causing more fear for people.
Well, that's what they want. They want people to live in fear.
100%. Everything is fear-mongering and fear-based.
Yeah, because then they're
Like,
in control.
even think about like what you see on like Instagram, whatever. It's like if you don't eat 30 grams of fiber and 178 million thousand pounds of protein and get 15,000 steps and work out for 60 minutes and hit style, but only do 6 reps and not 12. It's like everyone like breathe. Like literally, please. And you're just adding unnecessary stress and fear to people's lives. They're like, oh, I didn't get that freaking protein today. I'm gonna like lose all my muscle. No, you're not. Just relax. Just get back to it.
That's the thing. It's the fear mongering. I think that has so much to do with like just everything, you know?
Absolutely everything. I feel like we've only touched on our fears. Maybe we'll make this a part 2. So we're gonna make another video about our fears because I feel like I gotta be talking about other things like my sister. I gotta talk about some other. I'm sure you have other fears too. So maybe we'll make a part 2 to this episode, but go to our Instagram at pointblank.nl and tell us some of your biggest fears. And if we see a couple of them by the time we record the next one, maybe we will talk about those too.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But otherwise, keep your head up and keep pressing on because it's going to be all right. All right, y'all. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.